YouTube channel near you.
Well, Midwest Night Watchers, a little twisted. Got Roger Blair, Rosemary Ottoman, John Stewart, Gary Spike, Cheyenne, Julianne, Val, Susan F. Hello there, John. There we go here. There we go. We got that fixed there. What's going on, Denise? Julianne. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another edition there. Let's say, how are you, Angela? Let me turn that down. And you doing okay?
Well, I'm doing great. I've been doing CrossFit, and this was the hottest day to do CrossFit.
Yeah, man, it's hot up here in Ohio. I was like, wow, 90-something degrees. Yeah, I'm still up here. So I can't believe how flat it is up here. Flat everywhere.
Well, in my region, it's not. You've been to Salt Fork. You know it's not flat there.
Right. Yeah.
But when you get more to closer to the West Virginia border, you get to closer to the Pennsylvania border, then, like Youngstown, that area, it's going to be way more hilly.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, nothing but soybeans, cornfields, and as far as I can see from where I'm at up here. So, yeah, it's very interesting.
You love corn.
Yeah, right. So, very interesting. Tim and them they have just royalty up here. Just phenomenal, man. I love it up here. They've been great. It's been fantastic, and everybody's dying to hear what's going on and what happened. And man, it's just unbelievable. So yeah, man, I've got some stories. I've got, being out there in the middle of these fields and in the woods with no flashlights and stuff. Very interesting. So very interesting. So welcome, everybody. So it's weird not being in my studio because I got the soundproof room with all the foam and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here. So, yeah, I got my traveling equipment, and they got a room all set up for me. So, see, Cheyenne says, it's been a great time. Yeah, it has been. But, yeah, it is. It's been great. So, I cannot complain at all. I mean, like I said, I love it up here. It's been real great. So,
a lot of wildlife here, too. Every day I'm seeing turkeys. Lots of turkeys out. Lots of wild turkeys. Lots of deer, turtles, tortoises, otters, raccoons.
Yeah. Welcome, Barbara.
We got it all.
They have deer galore. Of course, I've seen a lot of rabbit, a lot of mixed wildlife up here, but it's been very fascinating. People, yeah. I used my laser grid. That was fascinating. I got to show pictures of that tomorrow. People that did not know what that was out in the middle of the field, they're, what? Yeah, that was interesting. So
you're up there around Lake Erie. There's a muskrat that's famous up there because he's kind of tame, and you walk around Lake Erie, and he comes up and he kind of sunbathes on the shore, and people can walk right up to him.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, we got plenty of wildlife in Kentucky, especially eastern. Hello there, Trippy Groves. Welcome. Nice to have you here. And Patricia Bunn, nice to have you. Round of applause to you. All right, everybody, you know the routine. Let's go ahead and sign up. Get you on the board. Get you in line here. So just say me or sign me up, or however you want to do it, and I'll start plugging your name on. So I had to go and shop because I didn't have anything to do this with. So I had to go out and buy me a few more tags. So it was interesting. All right, Rosemary, got you there. Susan F. got you. Cheyenne got you there. Scott M. got you. Little Twisted got you. Trippy, I got you. Even though I couldn't say it right, I got you. All right, Scott, let's see here. Pamela, Julianne, Barbara, Patricia, John, got you. Denise, got you. Keita, got you. Got you. And I'll wait a couple more seconds here to make sure I got everybody in line. And I'll go back and I'll look through the comments to make sure if I miss anybody. Hey, Virgil, welcome to the show. Let's see, Julianne, I was in Ventura last week. Interesting show. Yes, our shopping event. I know, man. I was like, is there anywhere I can go and get these? They're like, yeah, there's a shop right here in town. I was like, well, okay, here we go. And the lady's like, well, what are you looking for? I'm like, whatever tells me to buy. And yeah, so we went to 2 locations, and yes, I got 2. Hello, Charlotte Evans. Yes, I'll get you in line. Welcome, Charlotte. Round of applause. Yes, if you don't mind, hit the like, subscribe, and share. Thank you if you're new. Thank you, Denise. Appreciate that. All right, and make sure, just a reminder, this is all, I say, through God, through light, and nothing but the light. Leona, got you. Shay, where are you from? She's from Ohio, from here in the Lake Erie area. All right, okay, here we go. All right, who's first here? All right, Rosemary, take a breath. Let's clear your mind out, Rosemary. And I love these new decks, right? They're just a pain to shuffle. And look how thick these are, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, right. So bear with me here, ladies and gentlemen. These are like cardboard in the beginning. So, Angela, yeah, your energy feels good today. So.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot more CrossFit. I think it helps make your energy a little bit better because all that physical activity and getting stronger and getting more fit, sleeping better.
They got this chair.
Yeah.
They got this chair downstairs. I love it. I prop my feet up, and next thing you know, I'm like, yes. And, you know, we've been out like, I think 3 nights back to back to like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. I don't know, something like that. And, of course, somebody was taking pictures of me while I was sleeping during the middle of the day and posted it. So, all right, Rosemary. Let me shuffle here. All right, Rosemary. Now, we are going off of the Angel Wisdom deck. So this is a unique deck. I think this deck was chosen probably out of 200 plus decks. So it was very interesting. So, you know, I always like angel decks and spiritual decks. All right. Let's see what is coming up. Okay. So, Rosemary, talk to me about your situation here. Let's see. Agent Smith, welcome. Carol Garcia, welcome. Hello there. All right. Let me click on Rosemary. Talk to me about your situation. So, I kind of remember a little bit, but we're going back to some reassurance about relationships. Also going about forgiveness and some challenges. I don't know why that is. And it talks about don't give up on people that you love. So it's showing me a balance of that, and it's showing me a circle. And so I'm trying to remember your circumstances, and forgive me because I cannot remember everybody. So the next card is showing me about emotional experiences, and also talks about awakening some spiritual insights, and talks about relationships that are going to be deepening and also amending. And it's also going back to that again. So there's something with that. And I cannot remember your situation. So now we're switching decks. We're going to Starlight Frequencies Oracles. Don't ask me why, but we are. And that says, what you seek needs to be forgiving, and you need to process the upgrades and let go. So once again, it's giving me reaffirmation about you're single, but it also is showing that there's going to be something that's coming into your life. So I don't know, that could be a relationship. but it's also showing me too that there will be sharing of a cup. Now, when you get a sharing of a cup, that is amends and possibly new bondings in relationship status. So be on the amends to what is going to walking into your life. I got to look at the camera up here. I'm used to my other camera. And keep that open. So there are going to be new beginnings to you. But that is going to be coming to you soon, it feels like. Very interesting. Angela, what are you getting?
All right, for Rosemary. So we're doing Rosemary Ottman. Okay.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and just draw some runes there, Rosemary. So the first rune I pull out for you, this is Ewas. So this means a journey, and particularly a journey with another person, like a partnership. And I'm getting off of this. It just feels like there's somebody by that you're going to be joining up with and making a journey in life, like starting out a new relationship. It feels more like a new friendship to me. It feels like it's very friendly. It feels very warm. It feels supportive. It feels like I met my best friend type of relationship. So the next rune I pull out for you is Helgeluz. So Helgeluz is the rune of destruction. It's also the Hellstone. It's also transformation. And from that rune, in your case, Rosemary, I get like there's a lot of self-sabotage, like a lot of self-doubts that you need to work out. It doesn't feel like it's something external. It feels like it's something internal that you need to work on and to not doubt yourself so much. Because it feels like all these doubts and second thoughts tend to sabotage things for you. The next rune I got for you. Okay, the next rune is Sowilo. Sowilo is success, inspiration. And I got that there's like this major change is coming for you, like in a very positive sense. But you keep holding yourself back, you keep having second thoughts, just trust. I'm just told by this rune to trust that this will happen and just have confidence and embrace this blessing that's coming for you.
So that actually makes sense. And Rosemary said, yes, I chose to walk away from a relationship. So that's why I was seeing what I was seeing, which didn't make sense to me. So, okay. And she is single, so that also makes sense to me. So I follow what she's saying. All right, Rosemary. So keep your eyes open. All right, Susan. Susan is up. Susan, let's clear your mind here. I see you're excited tonight. I'm excited too. Let's give you a round of applause there, Susan. Yeah, Susan reached out to me. It was so late the other night when I got your message, Susan. I wanted to respond, but I didn't want to wake you up. She's like, no shows. What do you mean no shows? Shows? I know, right? I felt naked too. All right, Susan, let's see what you got here. All right, so what I'm being shown here is something that is something that you need to learn. I don't know what this is. I don't know if you're need to learn something. I don't know if it's a life learning lesson or somebody is going to mentor you something, but you are going to find something, attention to detail, something that you love. I don't know what this is. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. But whatever this is, the next card show me it's motivational, it's inspiring to you. And it's something that you really like and that you like a lot. And it's something that is spotlight in your life. But it's also telling me you need to keep your eyes on the bigger picture. I don't know what that means. That needs to come from you. But it also talks about communicate your visions. So let's not lose hindsight of the future in the path to that. However that may be, don't be sensitive to criticism. So let's keep that in the back of our mind. I don't know why that's being told to you like that. Some people can take it, some people can't, but let's be open to it.
Mm.
The next card, it's showing me a woman in a garden, and I'll show you a woman in a garden. Okay, now when a woman in a garden is planting things, it's those old saying, what you plant and you grow, whatever. What's the old saying? Farmers say it all the time. You
You
reap what
reap
you
what you
grow.
sow. You reap what you
Right,
sow.
which so, right. Uh, and I think this goes from your efforts, could be investments. However, that may be, you will be rewarded in the future for what you have done in the past, and as of today, and as of tomorrow, as it will be done in the future. So keep that in mind. But there also needs to be time for patience. And this is where a lot of us forget about things. We must have patience for things to grow. A lot of people say, well, I watch plants grow, I watch things grow. Just remember time for resting. But also, once again, we're being reminded the unnecessary worries. Don't worry about that. Life's too short. It's going to come. It will be. What has been done will be rewarded as it will be, as it is, as of tomorrow. Now, I don't know why my words come out that way. Think of what I said and how it's said, and the words were chosen. It makes sense. It may not make sense now, but if you go back and replay it, it does. Patience, yeah, right. What is that? I do have patience at some things, but not at all. Depends on who you ask. But I don't know why that is. Let's draw another card. So what's very interesting, it's significant purchases are going to come. I don't know if it's something big or not, but you got a windfall, abundance, and good fortune, it shows me, coming to you. So once again, it's whatever you've done, you're going to reap the benefits of. So I don't know what you've done in your lifetime or what you've been working on, but I know that you're a hard worker and you're a good soul. I've said this many times. So everybody's saying you look amazing, Angela. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Twisted is, so what is Twisted saying? I need to look at the comments. But however that may be, are you working on something? Let me ask you that. Hello, Carol. Yeah, Standing Stone said the same thing. Rosemary said the same thing. Susan, are you working on something? Just asking. Before I turn over to Angela. Good cards. Good soul, good heart. Sometimes curiosity gets me. Sort of. Okay, whatever you're doing, don't stop. I would reevaluate what you're doing and make a little tweaks, because I'm showing tweaks, right? And move forward. Go ahead, Angela.
All right. So Susan F. So I felt like I was drawn to the quartz runes, the ones that made out of pink quartz. They are pink quartz is a rune of love. It's a vibration of love. I
Right.
felt like I was drawn to that because I'm being told you need to have compassion for yourself. Even before I was touching the runes, I was told have compassion for yourself. So the next rune, the first rune actually I have for you, I've got this one is Yara. So Yara is the rune of harvest. And it just follows along with the theme of reaping what you sow. It's exactly what Yara represents. It's harvest time is what it represents. So whatever you've been working on is going to come to fruition. It feels like to me you've been working really diligently on trying to make life and have it exactly where you want it. And you've been making these fine adjustments in life to try and make it better for yourself. And that's going to pay off. It feels like it's come. The rune says it's going to pay off. You're going to reap the rewards of all your work and all your effort. The next rune I have for you. Oh, it's right now it's drawing a blank rune, but that's okay. We'll just skip this one. But this is pink quartz. You can always get some pink quartz and keep it around you as a necklace, and just remind yourself to love yourself because it does carry a lot of love energy. Okay, so the next rune I'm bringing up for you, this is going to be Rhytho. So Rhytho is the rune of honor, integrity. This is a journey with honor and integrity. So I feel like this rune is telling me that you're a very good intention center, that you set your intentions, you set your goals, and you're very aware of that, what you want and what the outcome you want it to be, and make sure that you're setting the best intentions for yourself. The next rune I have, this is Kenya. So Kenya's is your inner light, your inner wisdom. So Kenya's is being drawn here and telling you, trust yourself. Trust yourself. You have more wisdom on the inside than what you think.
Interesting. All right, next up, Cheyenne. All right, Cheyenne. And she got whiplash. All right, take a breath. All right, take a breath here. All right, let's see what we got for you. All right. So the first card that comes up, and with your energy, right, is a lack of self-confidence. That makes you feel helpless. So we need to step back and reevaluate things, right? And we need to think about ourselves and what we're worth. And we always think about less than what we're face value. And I tell people this all the time. And we have to think about how worthy we are of thyself. And a lot of people don't think that. And a lot of people judge ourselves by other people. And we don't need to do that. And we need to take that and reverse that. You know, we need to think about ourselves and about how we feel about ourselves and make changes about what we want to change, not what we want to change on what other people's lives are. So, and I'm going to stop there because I think you know what I mean. And that's also talking about taking responsibility for your life. And it's saying now. So that means stop what you're doing and let's do it now. Now, what's coming up now is a loving, compassionate, right? And I know that. I know what type of person you are. You're also a self-sacrificing person. You're caring for others, and it's showing me that. But we also need to, once again, it's showing me self-care. Trust your intuition. You do. It's showing me as well that you have a deep love of friends and family, and that you follow your heart. And I was reminded that today. And it's interesting that I was reminded that today. And I'm going to stop there. And the person that's watching this will shake his head and agree. And the next card, it's interesting, it came up, it's a Lowell card. And when I see the Lowell card, it shows me how dedicated a person is, protective a person is. And when I say protective, it's not in a bad way. It's in a good way, right? A lot of people can take that word the wrong way these days, but they plan carefully before taking action. But they do get things going, and they do kind of pay attention to some of the details. However, they may forget to cross the T and dot the I in some situations, and I'm going to stop there. But sometimes they don't wait for perfect timing, and I'm going to stop there. However it may be, but they do have guardian angels that watches over you, and I do feel that you're being protected by other forces that are heavenly. So it's really great. However that may be, we're going to draw a card from another deck, and that's the spiritual vibration card. And then you got the cosmic wound. And this is reverberation and going back, talking about yourself. It's talking about connection with oneself as you are a source of empowerment in life. We also talk about divine insight. I think you probably fall short in grace, and I think you need to probably reconnect in some stature of that and reconnect in some ways. And I'm going to stop there because I think you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't tell me, I'll be more than happy to elaborate. And I'm in the wrong chat, so I have no idea. Welcome, Yolanda. Nice to see you there. And does this make any sense? Hello, Rita Cook. I got you. Nice to see you, Rita. Nice to have you. Round of applause. Cheyenne, does that make any sense? Let me turn my mic up where I can hear myself. All right. I guess she fell off the couch. Well, it's either you got it or you don't have it, or I need to elaborate some more. I can do both. She says, I think she knows she's got it. Go ahead, Angela.
All right. For Diane Gayhart.
All right.
See what the runes have to say. I'm going to use some white quartz for you. So the first rune I get for you, Cheyenne, is Manas. And this represents wisdom, intellect, the bridge from this physical realm to the spirit realm. And I'm getting a very strong wisdom connection. Like there is that wisdom to connect to the higher realms. And I feel like this rune is calling you for that connection, that you have wisdom. When I touch it, it feels like this rune is saying, use your wisdom also to apply your wisdom. You have wisdom to make sound judgment. Apply that. Don't ignore it. Just apply that wisdom. The next rune I got for you is land goose. So land goose is the leak. It's water. It's growth. It's spirit. And I get a very spiritual feeling from this. I get the impression from this rune that the spirit world is actually reaching out to you for deeper contact. And it's just a matter of opening up to that. It feels like you may be blocking it. It feels like you're blocking it with worries. Like there's worries on your mind. You just have too much on your mind and you're not able to allow that energy to flow through. At some point, you might want to practice a meditation to help you let go of those worries and just trust that spirit understands, heaven understands what you're going through, and they have it in control. And you can just turn it over to the spirit world and trust and faith that everything will work out so that the spirit world will flow through you again to help transform your life. The next rune I have is Ansus. So Ansus is wisdom. So we're right back to wisdom again, emphasizing wisdom. And this is it's supposed to be a depiction of Odin's cloak blowing in the wind. But it's particularly speaking. It emphasizes speaking. And it feels like a stream of consciousness type of writing or journaling will be really good for you and very helpful. Not really thinking about what you're writing, just write to help relax and help calm your mind and get yourself refocused.
Interesting. All right, Little Twisted. Hey there, Crystal. How you doing there? All right, Little Twisted. Let's see here. So the first card I get talks about contentment and peace. Also talks about honoring family traditions. So what's this about? What's your heritage? Little Twisted. Oh, you're welcome, Cheyenne. Little Twisted. Family heritage. What kind of heritage you have in your family? Ah, that's why I hear the drums. Okay. All right. So it's talking about honoring family tradition. And it's also talking about passing on knowledge. It's very interesting, right? And it's also talking about pride in the family tree. Very interesting. But it's switching gears. And it's very weird how it's switching gears because now it's talking about making choices and stop procrastinating, and overanalyzing things. And it also talks about getting clarity on what you desire and move forward. too many options and too many addictions. Now, some people say addictions, they think the worst things. It can be a plethora of things, right? And it's not, something that you are harmful. It can be. It can be other things like candy, soda, or whatever else. Or it can be hobbies or things that you're doing, like biting your nails or twisting your hair. I didn't say that, did I? Did I? Anyways, but just think about that. The next card talks about forgiveness and ending some of the challenges that you have problems with in the past. And also it talks about don't give up on certain people that are in your circle, and somehow it's coming up love. So I don't know what that means or what that signifies to you, but think about that and roll with that and see where that leads you. Hopefully that brings you peace and harmony. And Angela, what do you have?
Okay, a little twisted. I use the bloodstone runes for you. For the very first rune I pull out for you, this is Sowilos. This was actually sitting on top. So Sowilo is success. It is the sun. I'm actually feeling a strong connection and reference of the sun for you, as if it's very culturally important. And it's like a focus. It's like a sacred focus is the sun. It feels like it's a connection with heritage, with culture, is this focus on the blessings of the sun. The next rune I have is Yara. So Yara represents harvest. I keep seeing growing things as part of tradition, as part of reaping what you sow. But I got blessing from this, like a great blessing. It feels very free. It feels like there's a blessing that is coming for you that involves, it feels very freeing. It feels like being closer to nature. And there's something about being closer to nature that brings this freeing feeling. The next rune I got is Rytho. So Rytho is a journey of honor, integrity. This rune is giving me the impression that you're being called to focus on personal honor and to hold on to that and your integrity. And it feels like you're like wind battered right now. It's like you're storm battered in life. But the rune is telling me that to stick by your integrity and by the goodness of your heart and stick with that, you are being called to stand by your principles in this journey.
Absolutely. All right. Is Trippy here? Trippy Groves? Are you here, Trippy?
Oh, we got
Trippy. Go ahead.
We got about 20 minutes left. Just a
Yeah.
reminder, we're at about 9:36.
Trippy. All right. We'll go to the next one then.
All right.
Scott M. Scott M., are you in? Scott. Let's see. Harry Care Bear, welcome. All right. We'll give Scott a couple of seconds to make sure he's in here. Usually he is, unless he fell asleep. Oh, you're welcome, Twisted. Absolutely. Hello, Photos. Welcome. Scott? All right. If not, we'll go to the next one.
All right.
And Pamela. Pamela, are you in here? Pamela. All right, here. Let's see. Pamela. Hello, Jasmine. Welcome to the show. All right. Okay, Pamela, you're here. All right. Let me click on you. All right, Pamela, take a deep breath here. Let me reshuffle because these are not yours. All right, family, let's see what we have here. All right, family, let's see what we have here. All right, so the first card is talking about logical, talking about perceptive, talks about insight. It's talking about some kind of challenge, but insights, information, but that you need to be challenging to receive. But it's also talking about documents. I don't know what this means. Hello, Lori. Non-sleep tonight. All right, Scott, I'll come back to you. So what's this referring to? Review documents. Documents. I don't understand this. Does this make any sense to you? We'll come back to it. We'll pull the next card. But it's also talking, well, the next card is going back to logic, organization. It's also talking about take charge about your situation. And it's talking about structure. Oh, okay. That's why I just signed a medical power of attorney, financial power of attorney to aid my sister. I thought I was going crazy. Okay. Structure and discipline. Okay. Then this is why the leadership role. Okay. Because that's why. Okay. So we'll draw another one. I wonder why I was given this card. I didn't understand it. Okay. So this is why it's talking about the situation that's going to bring relief. And it's talking about sadness. It's talking about opportunity. So yeah. So okay. So this is all. So okay. So this is all tying into what you are doing. It wasn't. So when I see stuff like this, it's not making sense to me. So let's switch to the other one. And that card comes up to, well, you actually got two, and this is strange. Actually, you got three. Well, that's very strange. So we're going to run with it. So integrate. So when I see the integrate card, it talks about what you seek will be given. Rest assured, it will come. And that's a message. But the next one is talks about crossroads. And this can also tie into the previous cards that you got of talking about what you just told me, which is the image that I'm seeing. And it talks about, too, despite your doubt, your path is going to be clear. And don't worry about some of your doubts. It will unfold. But for some reason, it's coming back to patience. And when I see the patience card, it also talks about hold for space what you need for guidance. So trust your instinct, and what you're doing is for the faith in the higher power. And you are going to have to make tough decisions, but you are going to make the right ones. And do what you've been doing, pray, and things are always going to work out. So what I'm getting is just reaffirmation of what you're going through. But you got this, so don't worry about it. Just go with the flow and just turn it over to God. So yes, go ahead, Angela.
Okay, Cameron. See what I have for you. So the first rune I got is algae. So algae is the rune of sanctuary, protection. What I'm getting the impression of, it feels like you need a personal space that's devoted just to rest your mind. Just set up that quiet space. I keep seeing a quiet space that has a little fountain with it, completely quiet. It's alone, silent, except from perhaps the sound of water going, or maybe some chimes, something like that, or Tibetan bowls. Some quiet personal sanctuary that is just for you, where you can meditate. I feel like you're being called to meditate in your own quiet space, and to let go of thoughts. Just give your mind a total break every once in a while, because you're going to need that rest. Your mind is, I'm being told that your mind's going to need some extra rest because you're going to have a lot more mental demands. Okay, so the next rune I am pulling up for you is Gabo. So Gabo is gift. It can also mean trust, faith. What I'm getting off of this rune when I pull this for you is you're in a situation where there has to be faith, but also there's a call that this is going to work out in a way that is a very special gift. And it feels like a gift of helping someone, a soul, transcend. So this could be helping somebody if they're going through their last stages of life in this realm. It's a gift to help nurture that soul and prepare that soul for their crossing over into the light, into the peace that they need. And it's a gift to feel all the spirits and family that will come in and speak with this person. You know, I have seen this myself. I helped take care of somebody who was dying of stomach cancer, and his mother came to me. You know, this man was well over 90, and his mother appeared to me, and he sat down in the kitchen, and on the kitchen chair, she sat down in that chair and on the table, and we had a conversation. Now, nobody else could see her, but then the next morning, the man I was taking care of told his daughters that, hey, my mother came and visited me last night, and she sat down in that chair, and he pointed the chair that I saw her sit down in. And that was, yeah, that was a wonderful experience, because it was so wonderful to meet his mother, and I see all of his relatives coming and getting him, and that was actually a very beautiful experience. You can feel that warmth, you can feel that love. They brought a little piece of heaven with them for him. Okay, so the next rune I have is Mana. So this is humanity. This is the bridge, also from this world to the spirit world. What I'm getting when I draw this rune for you is that the spirit realm is reaching out to you to comfort you and to support you and to build a very strong support structure for you during this time, because heaven is honoring and is celebrating what you are doing. And because of that celebration, because of that honor, that heaven is reaching out to you. So there are souls, there are angels actually reaching out to you to support you and help you, guide you through this process.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm sorry for your loss. All right, next up, Scott. All right, Scott. All right. So when I drew your card here, it says it talks about being unable or unwilling to make decisions, but it also talks about following your own heart rather than others to try to make other people happy. So, however that may fall on your shoulders, but also pretending there's no problem when there are. Some things have to be dealt with. Now, I think this is a recurring theme that we talked about before. Also, overanalyzing things. I don't know if we talked about this before, but it's being brought up now. So, we need to look at that. Now, the other thing we're doing was we switched decks, and we're talking about being guided to the divine. We need to allow your heart to be open up and allow it to be guided in the footsteps that you need to journey in life and trust the decisions that are laid out for you in destiny. And a lot of things that are not making sense does not add up at the moment. And we talk about this and we hear this. God does not lay things upon your shoulders that you cannot carry. And God knows your burdens. And God always says to turn things over and give it to Him, and He will carry them for us, right? So think about that. And I did not know there was another card underneath of it. So it talks about your second card of the other deck, talks about other lessons that we have learned, maybe charismatic lessons, it's saying, but they're also cycles, yeah, in closing contracts. Now, when I say contracts, and we use that term to where we do something and it ends and a new thing begins, right? So we fulfill one thing and the deed is done and a new journey begins. If we do not fulfill our journey well, what do? We restart it and do it over, right? And if we do not do it fulfilling, that we meet it 100%, or it's not a job well done, what do? We redo it over again. We did that when we were kids. Son, you didn't do that right. Do it over again. Son, you did that wrong. Start it over again. So we do that in sports. We do that in life lessons. We do that in practice. So there's something here to be told to you that needs to be learned. Yes, it is a repeating thing. So it's telling you something that we need to listen to what we need to do. All right, then. Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Angela.
All right. Scott. To the first room, I pull up for you, Scott. This is I was. So I was is death and regeneration. What? So it's the cycle. It's the cycle of death and regeneration. So it feels like I'm getting a sense of cycles. Okay, that something dies and something regenerates. Something dies, something regenerates. For you, I'm getting the impression that you are constantly you're constantly reinventing yourself. It feels like you're trying to come out a new person every time you go through something. You try to come up a better person. You try to be better than what you were before you started that journey. And the next rune I get for you is Othala. So this is the Orlog. This is fate, this is destiny, but it's also honor, riches, inheritance, DNA, family. What I'm getting from this rune is saying to connect with the Orlog or connect with the web of weird. And in Norse mythology, weird is your personal fate. The three sisters of weird would weave your fate. And then the last sister would cut it off, which would be your death. So the one would start it off, and then you have the middle sister, working on your midlife, and then the last one that will determine the end of it. But this one, it feels like this rune is saying you're being called to look into your past lives and look into your, your Arkash, they call the Arkash, the records, some call them the Akashic records. These are the records of your prior lives and your blueprints and your pattern in life. It feels like you're being called to connect with that, to understand the repeating patterns through all your lives so that you can help break those patterns. A good color and this is from my personal experience, to break patterns, repeating patterns, particularly patterns that you want to break from, is when you meditate. Picture this purple ray coming down in your energy and spreading out and all through your body. It's really good for breaking old patterns. So the next rune I'm pulling up for you, this is Soila. Sowilo is the rune of success. It's epiphany. It feels like you're going to break these old patterns, these old habits that you need to break from to be your own person. It's a matter of just following what you're being led to do. It feels like you're being called to do some past life exploring and to help enlighten you and how you might break those patterns.
All right. All right, Patricia, take a breath for me. All right, bro, you got a lot of energy going on you. All right, Patricia, so trying to pick up on your energy here. You got a lot. All right, so decisive. I see you're focused. You're driven. A little defensive in you. However that may be, the card also talks. You things are moving in your life with some speed though, so we need to kind of slow that down. We need to also respond to some of the challenges that you're going through. Okay, so when we make decisions in life, we need to make decisions when we're not emotional. When we make decisions emotionally, we make them with haste and usually bad judgment. So we need to stop. And with sudden or unexpected changes, we need to review the options carefully and think about how we need to do things and what we need to do things and take the emotion out. And I stress that emotion, all right? So the next card is endings that come to an end. So I do see things. I do see things in life that you've been through. I see some of the struggles you've been through. Some of the endings have been kind of rough. But there's also needs to be some release from that. Some of the situations. And I think there are some people that in your circle that are holding you back. I'm going to stop there. And when I say I stop there is because I think you know what I'm talking about. And we probably need to focus on some spiritual transformations and get in the loop and back into that circle of that and think of that and release some of that and have some of that spirituality in there and some meditation. But we need to focus on the endings. Endings are good because it comes new beginnings. When things end, it doesn't die. It just ends for new things to bloom. That is a positive, not a negative. Always turn negatives into positives. You can in life. Never look at things the wrong way. You know, it just like a glass of water. Is it half full or half empty? Right? It depends on how you view things in life. So let's turn things around. I do see some of the changes that you tried to make in the past. You were successful to a extent, right? Did you fall short? Or was you just lack of trying? Or did you just give up? However that may be, let's refocus on that and let's do some goals. I think that you can do some of this. I don't know why, but we're going to pull from another deck. Don't ask me why. Illumination. So that's very interesting. So when we talk about that, we talk about shine your light upon those that cannot see, right? And that's about self-image. It talks about also self-worth, about falling short in the grace of God and how we view things in life and how we fall within society. Let's reevaluate those things and how we judge ourselves on that scale. You know, you are worth a lot. And just because people have said things to you in life is not necessarily true, right? So think about that. You are better than what you think you are and what people have said you have been in the past. So let's stop there. Does any of this resonate? I don't know if she said anything or not. I haven't been paying attention. Yes, I do. And yes, that's true. And I do. Okay, go ahead, Angela.
Okay. It looks like we have just a few minutes left. So, Patricia, so the first rune I got is Wunyo. So, Wunyo is peace, it's joy, tranquility, victory. When I pull this rune for you, Patricia, it feels like you're being called to that. It feels like you see it off in the distance somewhere, and you're always striving for that, that you have this idea of what your life should be like and how peaceful it should be. But it does, even though it seems like you're never closer, that it's always off in the distance, it feels like you're closer than you think. So the next rune I got is Ansus. So Ansus is the rune of wisdom, particularly speaking it. And what I'm getting off of this rune when I pull this up for you, Patricia, it feels like to apply wisdom, that you're being called to apply wisdom and patience. And for some reason, I'm just being told to tell you, follow wisdom with patience. Don't rush anything, calm your mind, apply wisdom. The next rune, the last rune I got for you, this is Ingwas. So Ingwas is the rune of protection, stability, prosperity. And this rune is telling me that you're going to have the prosperity and the peace and security that you're looking for. It is in your future. But with patience, it will come. What I'm being shown, that if your life is a string, there's a lot of knots in that string that need to be worked out, and to make sure that you can get to that point. And even though it feels like a lot, it can be done. In fact, there is what they call is a novena, where you pray for the undoing of the knots in your life. And you ask the Blessed Mother, Mary of God, to go ahead and undo those knots that keep you from that peace. And the actual prayer is called Mary, Undoer of Knots. And you say it for 9 days. There's a little introduction. You say it, you can say it as a companion to praying the rosary, or independent of the rosary, depending on how much you want to focus on this. But you set an intention, and you ask Blessed Mother to pray for something very specific, and ask her to undo this specific knot in your life. You ask it for 9 days, and at the end of the 9 days, the Blessed Mother grants you the answer to your request. So you might want to look into that prayer, and you can download it and do the Mary Undoer of Knots prayer.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you, Angela, and thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. And once again, it's a pleasure for letting us read you all. Terrific energy and everything. And if you need us, you know how to get a hold of us, Grizzly Bigfoot on Facebook. And Angela, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, you can always go to my Facebook. It's Angela Bowley, Psychic Portrait Artist. That's my page. You can go and click on my page, view some artwork, purchase artwork. And if you want me to do a spirit reading or spirit portrait for you, just reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you. And I'll explain the details and how that works and how I connect with your energy. And I'll be happy to connect with your energy and paint the spirits that are around you, painting their message for you and their images, the symbols they wish they came, and the spirits themselves who are guiding and protecting you.
And from coast to coast around the world, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you tomorrow. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bravo 65, touching right.